and welcome to this Sunday's energy reading. And today is the 22nd of March, 2026. So today we're, of course, going to be looking into the energy of the coming week. We're looking into the numerology of today. And I will give you whatever channel message that wants to come through. Before I go into that, I would invite you to go and read the latest blog post that I have written. I just finished it today. It took me a few weeks, also because I've been sick. So I do invite you to go and have a read. It's very important, this thing about being a female in this world and being a channel of energy, like inviting that energy to come in. And the more present we are with ourselves, the more we can acknowledge that we have the abilities, the more it's going to come through. And it is becoming more and more paramount for us to accept who we are and let that energy shine through us on a daily basis. So let's dive into the energy of today. The numerology is the 22, happening in the third month in the 10th universal year. So we're looking at a 22, which is an ascendant master number. It is very much about, like, once we've gone through the 11, the portal that uplifts us, we enter the sphere of the ascendant masters with the number 22. There is an elevating energy today happening in the third month, a very feminine number, which is represented by the Empress in the major arcana. The 22, when reduced, is the number 4, which is the Emperor. So I want to go back to what I was reading for you on the 17th, which was on Tuesday in the Union spread. It is very much about this masculine, feminine energy coming together today in this specific moment in time. When we add these two numbers up, we get a number 7, which is represented by the Chariot in the major arcana. It is about forward movement. How do we move on together? How do we support each other? How do we help each other? Back to what I was saying before with, it is so important that the feminine can accept herself as a channel that is coming to her through the elevated 5 senses that we have. That is what the 6th sense is. It is the elevated 5 senses. So instead of just seeing with our physical eyes, we see with the third eye. Instead of just listening with our ears, we're listening with the ears that are centered here, the hearing aids, right? And it is about accepting the knowledge that she has within. And that is usually what we call the female intuition. It is a gut feeling, but it actually connects to our entire sensory system, our nervous system, and it connects to how we can sense things before they happen. That is called clairsentience. The claircognizance is the knowing. We know and we feel it. We know we have already received the message. And this is how we are to adjust from now on. We need to adjust to these abilities, let them in, like open up, let them in and let them pass through. We're also living in a very different time, and some would say a very dangerous time. Thus, even more important, it is for the female to read the energies before they happen. It is happening in the 10th universal year. So we get the number 17 when we see the 7 plus the 10, 17. That is the star in the major arcana. She is the channel. She is that vessel through which energy manifests into the physical realm. Again, an emphasis on the power of the female. So with that said, I want to dive into this week's energy. And we have already seen how, like on Tuesday when I did the Union spread, how it's about reaching out to each other, us females, connecting, networking, but not only in the physical, but accepting that we can travel into the earth grid and the crystalline grid surrounding the earth. And this is actually how we connect. It is also how we send energy and receive energy, which can be healing, right? So it's not only information as we know, as in something that we know, something we can say, but it is also how we receive healing and how we give healing, which is also a kind of information, of course, like your body is healed, you're already fine. So I felt the urge today to bring the goddess energy up. And I have been sitting with that feeling all morning, like, and I've been up since 6 o'clock actually, with this energy of doing goddess workshops again. She wants to come through. She wants to show up, and she wants to show you the aspects that you consist of so that you may get to know yourself in deeper depth, but also in higher highs. Like, who are you really when you are not just a compact experience of a vessel, but you are all of that. You are an aura, you are an energy field, you are an energy representative of soul. You are everything. You are everyone. And how do you connect with that? So this is the deck I'm going to be pulling first from. Clear. The Goddess Knowledge cards, they're called. Haven't used them in a very long time. Several months, maybe even years. So I'm adding a little energy. I have been shuffling the cards before I came on here because they need that energy. They need to be felt and they need to be added the energy into them. So let's see what she has to say. Whoever goddess wants to come through for us today. But this is particular for the feminine energy. Remember that. And I'm not saying that there won't be a masculine component to that. But with the masculine directly, I would like to refer to the video I made on Tuesday with the union spread, because the masculine energy is very different. Like I said on Tuesday, for him, it's about acknowledging that God has already given him everything he needs, and he needs to be more intimate with God. Instead of connecting intimacy and sexuality to the physical, he needs to engage with the divine power that's coming to him and that is within himself, so that he can become the physical manifestation and take action on that in the physical realm. For the feminine, it's more about playing, acknowledging, like, who am I? Let's play with this energy. Let's feel everything that we are, and let's connect to that. For us, we start with the goddess that's called Thetis. Thetis. And this is interesting, because just before we were sitting out on the patio, my husband, my daughter, and myself, and my daughter was talking about actresses. And this Thetis is actually the name for an actress in Greek. That's where theater comes from. So, very interesting. There's definitely an energy that is saying, like, life is a theater. We each play a role, but I don't want to say it as an acting, but we are each playing a very significant, unique, special, and important role here. Everyone matters in their own way. So let's go into this beautiful goddess here. And it says, Thetis is a Greek sea goddess who represents fertility. She is a creator goddess, for all life begins in the sea, and she's usually portrayed as a, what does that say? A Nereid, which is a sea nymph, a beautiful young semi-divine goddess fond of dancing and singing. She helped raise the artisan god Thetis and once provided sanctuary for Dionysus. Thetis is particularly known as a shapeshifter. When Peleus desired to marry her, she transformed herself into fire, water, a lion, and a serpent in order to escape him. As the personification of calm waters, Thetis is responsible for providing a peaceful sea. She is the center of peace and calm that is always available, even in the midst of changing forms. She is a goddess who enjoys life's pleasures. And how does this connect to the energy that we are in and that we're going to enter this week? As I said, it's about taking your role, but it's also acknowledging that the most important thing we can do is be calm, is to find that peace. And that inner peace comes when we can surrender to God, to the divine will, and we can be that channel. When we can allow the void that was in the union spread, when we can allow the void to be and do with us what it wants to do with us, we can then find that peace. And instead of stressing about something like, now I have to do this and now I have to do that, it's more about acknowledging that as a female, we're very much about emotion. And emotion is symbolized by the water. And we can have high emotions. We can be passionate. We can be aggressive. We can be angry, frustrated, happy, joyful, playful. We can be all of that and almost in the same time, because that's how we are women, right? But it's about finding that moment, taking that time out to find that moment where you can be at peace and allow yourself to be in a void situation where there's nothing, and within that nothing, there's everything. But there's also this shapeshifter. The shapeshifter is who you thought you were and who you actually are. It is also that you can be, like I said, angry at one point, joyful the next. That's also a type of shape-shifting. Not only does it change our energy, but it also changes our physical appearance. And we are, as I mentioned before, again, there's all these types of spiritual abilities. And in each of them, you become different. And when we allow that energy to come through, that divine energy, we may look younger, we may look older. Like I had just given birth to my daughter and I looked at her and she was such an old soul that I almost saw an old woman. And at the same time, you can see an old woman with the divine energy running through her and that she acknowledges us and she looks 10, 20 years younger. So all of this is connected to the energy that we allow to not possess us, but to enter us and flow through us. Don't hold on to it, let it pass. How she is a semi-goddess. Semi-goddess, what does that mean? Being half human, half divine. Can you accept that that's what you are? Can you accept that you're also human as much as you're divine? You are as much human as your soul, and none without the other. And in this, like right now, this week, there's an emphasis of the acknowledgement of that, like to begin with an awareness of it and the acknowledgement of it and to actually see it happening through the responses that you're getting in the physical life. Interesting. Thetis. Going to the Journey of Love deck, because we always need love. We always need that kind of empathetic, sympathetic energy that gives us some kind of light at the end of the tunnel, whatever it is that we're going through, something to hold on to, but also something that can seem more tangible for us. And we women, we need that right now. Even in those times of being playful and connecting with other women and learning a lot, we also need that love as we are shape-shifting, as we're going through this big or small transformation. Transformation it still is, whether big or small. So let's feel into the Journey of Love. What do you want us to know this week? Okay, this just flipped over. I'm just going to put the rest of them down. We get number 8, the Yin-Yang Lover, which is significant in its number because when 17, which is today's number, when that's reduced, 1 plus 7 equals 8. So again, there's an emphasis on the number 8 right now. The number 8 is unity. It's eternal. It's eternal unity. And in this, I actually have to connect it to the crystalline grids and the earth and around earth, through which both we are intertwined and like interconnected. It is only when we experience ourselves as mere physical beings that we feel separation. And it is only through that our egos may take over and start blocking and preventing us from having the experience of oneness. The Yin-Yang Lover. Let's read that, the number 8. Even if I know the card, I like to read it each time because there might be something else that wants to stand out. And I think it's important that we allow that to happen. So, number 8, Yin-Yang Lover. And it says, the force of attraction is stronger than your conscious control. There's no need to fight this inner genius. You can learn to speak its language instead. What is it that captures you? that pulls you close, that holds so much light for you, why fight it? Don't step away from what you really love to grab hold of a second prize. Why not claim your first prize? It is there waiting for you. It is yours alone, beloved. No one else can claim your own divine birthright for you. Be yielding and let your desire fill your body, your heart, and your mind. You don't have to fight for what is already yours. It will come to you through the field of attraction that emanates from your own heart. It is not a question of worthiness or deservedness. It is not a question of trying to work out what you need or want. Your heart always knows. Listen. If you still can't hear it, then just feel. You'll get the gist of it soon enough. This oracle has a message for you. No matter whether you seem to be heading closer to your goal or further away, you are making real spiritual progress. And what you want is the same thing, that is wanting you. What you are seeking is seeking you. It's only a matter of time before you get it. And the poem says, the moment when to fill my heart again is measured not in time or sweet remorse, nor tears that wash away unbridled pain, or morning's light which sinks its soft retort. Such love has slept through storm and winters long. No call could break the stillness embrace, or hasten change before the season's song unfurls its melody and words so chaste. Empowered thus, I found myself compelled to cast aside emotions dormant still. My feelings spoke from depths. The answers welled. No need or past, the emptiness to fill. At one, our touch has opened hearts anew. Of patience born, there waits a love so true. Beautiful. So what you want is wanting you. What you need is needing you. And in terms of this, it connects to our connection to each other. There's a trust that lies buried right underneath this. A trust that, can you trust that what you need is needing you? Can you trust that what you want is wanting you? Can you trust that even if you do not express it, that you still hold it within your heart, and the stronger the feeling about it is, the more you are likely to attract it into your life? Can you trust that? Or do you still think that you need to do a whole lot? It's the same as receiving all of your spiritual gifts. It is not that they aren't there. They are. It's about removing the ego construct that tells you that you are not that. As soon as you want it and you open up to receive it, it is there. And all you have to do is let it flow through you. It is nothing to hold on to, like as if it's going to stop at some point. It is to allow it in and pass. So you constantly make room for all the new and the development of you that is always looking to be responded to, reacted to from the outside world, because then you see more and more of what you are. So it is that which we are that craves to be met. It is that which we are that craves to be seen. It is that which we are that craves to be felt. And in all of that, there's an acknowledgement present for you that you are the one to give to yourself. I know it firsthand that it has taken me years to accept that all of the messages that I'm getting, I don't have to analyze. I don't have to sit and work it out. It is already a given. When I'm in session with someone, it's a heck of a lot easier because I just pass through what is being said or given to me in various ways. I don't question it. I have to put it out there for the person that I'm engaging with can be the one who holds it, can be the one who responds to it, because that is the person who knows. What I'm given to that person will somehow land where it's supposed to land. I cannot judge that. And if I start to interpret and analyze and start to change the words that are coming through, then I might have removed some of the channeled message that was meant to be received. So when it comes to ourselves, it is way more difficult because it already passes through our own field and our own consciousness. For that, we need to remove ourselves as much as we can to just allow what we see or what we hear or what we feel to be experienced as something new. Then, like, I usually write it down what I'm getting. And then I can sit with, I wonder what that means. I wonder how that's going to be experienced. I wonder how that's going to play out or unfold. But I'm curious about it. Some things I will judge. And that's what it's like. It is difficult to hold yourself completely free of your own mind and your own interpretation. But it is important that we train it. So there is this full acceptance of everything that you are, because everything that you are wants to come through. That actually relates to what was given to the masculine on Tuesday. Now it's more like, yes, this is the feminine. Take your role. You don't have to play it, be it. You are it. It's calling you. It wants you. And it craves you. Okay. Clear through the Thoth Tarot. Let's look into, in smaller details, how this energy may unfold for us. Okay, 2 cards came out at the same time. Very interesting. And 2 more cards, 3 came out at the same time. I'm going to put them as they came out. Goodness, there's 4. Okay. Apparently they all go hand in hand, so let's see. One more shuffle. We're also entering like not only just the half of, but the last third of March. And what I see in the cards already is that they're putting an extra push on the energy. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles is about wealth, physically manifested, our physical wealth as well, which could also be health. But like that's the overall energy. How do you become wealthy? You do that by letting the energy come through and play your part, the divine part that wants to shine through. But to begin with this week, we're going to meet the 4 of Swords with an underlying energy of 5 of Cups. And these two speak together. Like I want to like add the numbers into 9, and I want to take it to the 9 of Cups. So, which is interesting. Because the 9 of Cups is called happiness. So here it's almost like the more peace you can be, like this is called truce. And it's almost like, let's call truce here. Don't fight yourself. Don't fight the energy. It's like fighting wins and you're not going to win. And then it's like, this card is called disappointment. The 5 of Cups is disappointment. So it's almost like when that is the underlying energy, that the universe demands truce. It demands you to pull yourself out of, oh, when I tried it last time, it didn't work. Why is it that I want my third eye to function? Why is it not functioning for me? Disappointment. Find the moment of truce. Like I said, invite yourself into a void. Make time for yourself and to move into this. To move into a sphere of nothingness. You don't have to get anything. But remember that what wants you want as well. So it's like, do you want to be disappointed? No. What you're actually wanting is what I was, again, like, if I didn't channel, I would just be reading the cards. And I would not go into 4 + 5 = 9 of Cups. Because we have 4 of Swords and 5 of Cups. How does that add up to 9 of Cups? It just does because it's a channeled message. And the 9 of Cups is called happiness, how you find happiness. You want happiness and happiness wants you. So give yourself that moment where you can pull away from all the negativity in your life and all of the disappointment maybe about what has happened in the past, or maybe even what's happening in the present moment. Release yourself from it by not demanding more within yourself and with yourself. Instead, call for truce. Let's find that moment where you're not fighting yourself or others or the world or whatever, but find that peaceful place where you can let that happiness come that wants to come. Okay, moving on to the 4 cards, like it really wants to speak. This is like, I want to say, we start with the foundation is you want happiness, you don't want disappointment. Find peace. Be at peace with yourself. At least choose. And then this is what's going to happen. So 4 cards came out. I started by saying 2, 3, 4, right? First, it is swiftness, the 8 of Wands. Second is the universe. Third is the Knight of Wands. He's a very fast one. Sorry, Knight of Swords. Okay. And then we have the Magician. So I want to read these 2 together. It's a swift wrap up. That's what this is. It's like, yeah, let's wrap up this energy that we've been in. Let's wrap it up. You already know everything you need to know. Wrap it up. Be done. Like, we need to start the new. And that is also, again, connected to the energy of the month, the 13th universal month, which is about death and rebirth. Here it says, yep, that's what's being wrapped up now, because what you need to enter next is the freedom of being a magician. One who understands that you have everything at your disposal, whatever tool you need, move fast towards it and let it be put into good use. He's also a channel. He's channeling between heaven and earth as well. And that is what wants to come through fast. So it's like the energy coming from the universe or the divine through you. It wants to come fast. So let's wrap up the death and rebirth and let's move on. Let's bring it to you as fast as we can. But for that, you need to not fight yourself. Be at peace. Let go of all disappointments and move into the happiness stage, the 9 of Cups. Because when you do, it's going to happen fast. Don't worry about the death and rebirthing anymore. We're wrapping that up because this is what wants to come through. And then by the end of the week, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Sorry. Oh, my leg is asleep. I'm getting older and older. The Knight of Discs or a Knight of Pentacles. He has done so much work and now he can enjoy the fruit of his labor. Now he just has to wait to see what's coming. So you're going to do a whole lot, even if it's not doing anything really. It's just allowing whatever wants to come to you. And then when you've done that, you get to rest. You get to just really see, observe. But that is also what we need to do to receive everything that's coming to us. We need that restful place. We need to be, I'm good. I have done everything that I could currently at this moment in time. I have presented myself to the universe. I am in complete surrender for whatever energy that wants to come in and work through me. Okay, I've done my bit. I've shared it. I've given it. I have written it, whatever it is, however it wants to be channeled through you. Maybe it's just telling your friend something or your mother something or other family members, whatever it is. That is what wants to come through. And it's happening quickly. Because you are meant to live. Wow. Okay, wow. This is powerful. This was right underneath the wealth. You are meant to be successful in your own life. You're meant to be wealthy, healthy. Like, remember this. If you don't have health, you don't have anything. But here, it really rests on material goods. It rests on what you need in your physical life to succeed. Whatever you need, whatever you want, is needing and wanting you as much. It will come. Trust. This guy is trusting. He has done all the labor. He has sown his fields. Now all he can do is wait for them to sprout and become crops of some sort. Powerful. Powerful energy. And remember this, there's peace to be found even in the midst of struggle. There's peace to be found even in the midst of struggle. And maybe those are the times where we need to take the time out even more, so we don't let ourselves be run over or stressed. So in the times where we are struggling, those are the times we actually need to take more time for downtime, for rest time, for meditation, for walks, however you want to spend it, whatever works for you. Powerful spread. I don't know if I have, I don't know if I can relate to this right now, like being emotionally disappointed, like only seeing what's, I can, only seeing like the empty cups and not focusing on what really wants to come in. I guess I can relate, but I have to go a bit back. And at the same time, it's like, well, if we look for disappointment, we will find it. And maybe that's what it says. Instead, look for the happiness. Look for the 9 of Cups. Because I'm sitting here, do I need to relate to this? See, that's the ego construct. Do I need to relate to this? How can I relate to this? Oh, when was the last time I was disappointed? Disappointed, goodness. So what we focus on is what we get. Okay, what this is saying is don't focus on it. It might have been your truth in the past, but we need to release ourselves from it and find a truce. Find a rest in it. And instead look for the 9 of Cups. Look for your own happiness. Yeah, emphasis on trust. There's this trust that the seeds you've sown will sprout and become crops. And it's almost like I want to say this, though. You have put seeds in the ground, but you don't know what they are. Because for us to know what they are, we also need to know exactly what we need and want. And we were just told that don't worry about it, because it's something that's felt. So we might not know the crop that's going to sprout or what we're going to harvest. So we have to, again, trust that what we want and need is what is wanting and needing us. It will come. And right now we're wrapping things up quickly. Like this is almost at like haste. Make haste, make haste. Swiftness, and this one, like you can even see in the cards how fast he's moving, right? Wrapping things up quickly so we can get everything that we're meant to get quickly. Great manifestation power. Just trust that what you're manifesting is actually something that you want and need. That's going to be it for me today. I'm going to spend the rest of my Sunday. I've actually sat outside and gotten a bit of color in my cheeks. It feels like 20 degrees up against the house, like up on the wall. It feels amazing. And I've sat outside like so many hours today, just enjoying that spring is here. So now me and my daughter are going to bake raisin buns. So we can enjoy a little Sunday time together as well, and something enjoyable to eat. So I bid you a beautiful Sunday as well. We're wrapping things up this week, and it feels like it's going to be very quickly. You might not even actually see it happening. It will just happen out of nowhere. But we're also moving into April very soon, and we have Easter coming, and Easter is about resurrection. We're talking rebirth here. As usual, that is what Easter is about. But now it seems like it's even more intense. It really wants for us to let die what is no longer meant to live, and not fight it, not hold on to it, but let it go and let it flow. so we can be resurrected in our own right. The birthright, your birthright, everything that you are, you just forgot. It's coming. Have a beautiful Sunday. Have a beautiful week. Namaste.